Welcome to episode 131B of the Rad Dudecast. My name is Brendan Eyre. I'm here in Astoria, Queens, New York City with Anthony DeVito. Why do I say B? Well, I'll tell you.
Tell the people, Brendan.
Greg has died.
It's a solemn day for us here at the Rad Dudecast.
We're pretty sure Greg is dead, and we spend quite a bit of time making fun of Greg's sound recording abilities. Well, turns out we've got a foot in our mouth because Anthony and I are on our own here with Greg's sad passing, and we just recorded an entire episode of the Rad Dudecast that did not record. 1 hour of a real slammer.
Yeah, 1 hour, a lot of passion, a lot of energy, a lot of insightfulness, some good running jokes. We just did this a half hour ago.
Yeah.
What is about to happen?
We regrouped, we took our hit. This has happened before.
Yes.
But not for a while. We haven't lost an episode in a while.
Not since the Dallas Morning Radio Show.
Yeah, yes. The Dallas Morning Radio Show, a famous one from the archives that no one's ever heard because Greg had a great soundboard going, and we used probably 1,000 sound cues, and then the whole episode recorded, but not the soundboard.
So, if we listened to it, and we tried listening to it, we thought about releasing it, but it's just jokes and then just space left for the sound noises. But then they never come, so it was unlistenable. So
unlistenable, possibly one of the best episodes we've ever had.
Guaranteed.
Unlistenable. And Greg tried to say, when we found out that it didn't work, that we just had the episode recorded, but none of the sound cues recorded. Of which I swear to God, there were. I'm not exaggerating.
No, there really were
probably 500 of them. Greg goes, "No, I'll just add them back in." Over.
I mean, he'd still be working on
You
guys know how long he takes with the t-shirts?
Yeah.
Just imagine how long he could take with a project like that. He'd be working on it right now.
So let's get some business out of the way. Greg, again, has died.
Yeah. Greg has died. Funeral services will be held for him at Side Splitters in Tampa.
Yeah.
This Wednesday through Sunday.
So today through shows. Sunday... You can be viewing him. He may tell jokes, but he is dead.
He's dead.
But do us a favor. Tweet at Greg Stone _ Tell him you're sorry to hear he died, because he won't listen to this episode.
Yeah.
Give me your condolences.
Never listen.
What I've got set up now to ensure that we don't fuck up again, I've got 2 recording systems going here, because we're not using the soundboard. So again, this is the Rad Dudecast. We made the charts this week, guys.
No, it's great.
We made the charts, and that's great. We want to keep that momentum alive. Please follow us at the Rad Dudecast on Twitter. Rate, review, subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Share it with your friends. That's important to us. Do you have friends? Get them on board. Make them radicals.
Make some friends.
Make some friends.
Yeah,
get out there.
Friends.
The other thing I'm going to get going, and we'll have this up by next week, especially now that we're on the charts, we're going to get a Patreon going. A lot of these podcasts have Patreons. We'll get a Patreon going, and what you can do then is you can pledge to support us as if we were a public radio. And we'll offer you a bonus episode every month for our supporters. It's going to be great. Fuck, Anthony. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I mean, I'm almost done with the sandwich. I feel good. After that didn't record, the last time I was like, god damn it. But then we ate, now I feel good.
I do too, and I feel like if I get to just talk to my friend Anthony for another hour, it's fine.
That's the thing. Also, the episode isn't like the morning show where we were doing character. Like,
no.
That was just like, that was all improv. So that was hard to recapture.
This episode, we were just talking. Oftentimes the talkers are when either, if you're out of town and it's just me and Greg, or if Greg dies and it's just me and you, we get to do a talker.
Yeah.
Because... And it's not anything to say of, like, that's what I would prefer to be doing. It's that 2-man character work is harder.
It's so hard.
There's either no straight man, or there's just a guy out there on an island by himself.
Yeah. And if you're the character, the other guy's like, well, I'm the straight man. That's it. That's what you gotta do, basically.
See, like, here, we'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Hello, Anthony. My name is Dick Pat Scrummage.
Oh, okay. Dick Pat Scrummage. Well, thanks so much for coming into my automobile shop.
One radiator fix for Dick Pat.
Yeah, man, you got it. You want a radiator fix.
See, it's not great character work, you know? Dick Pat, sure, that's a classic name.
It's a classic Brendan character.
Yeah.
Dick Pat Scrummage? I mean, Jesus, man.
Now, today is Wednesday. It's the 15th of March in the City of Angels, New York.
New York City.
The Windy Lady.
The Windy Lady. The Sunshine Gal. Can you do a little bit?
The Red Dragon.
The Red Dragon.
The Lobster's
The
Claws
Green
of
Mistress.
the Middle Seaboard.
The Blue Stephanie.
The Rancid Karen. Now, so it's Wednesday.
Rancid Karen.
We're in a
By the way, definite improv team name.
Yeah.
Rancid Karen.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We are Rancid Karen. Suggestion from the audience. What'd you say? Tire? I think I heard puke pussy. All right.
That's fun. Does anyone ever do that?
So, almost a week ago from tomorrow,
Yeah.
you went in and you recorded a set on television for the Tonight Show. Is it the Tonight Show?
The Late Show.
The Late Show
with Stephen Colbert.
Stephen Colbert, and it aired on Friday, and it was fantastic.
Thank you very much.
You must feel great.
I do feel good. I won't watch it. Because of whatever, we both are the same in that regard. It's too weird, but the outpouring, and before we even get into this, I just wanted to say, the outpouring of texts, emails, tweets, Facebook messages, it's been overwhelmingly nice, very touching, and I just appreciate it so much. It means the world to me. It really does. So, yeah, people have been saying nice things, so in turn, I feel good about it because of it.
Good. I don't know if this is recording. See,
well, we got the phone,
I got my phone going. Yeah. So if need be...
if anything, we just got the phone.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty good.
Yeah. Fuck, man. Now I see the stress Greg has as the sound engineer.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Because we really spent a decent amount of time on the one that didn't get recorded, really laying into him about how he doesn't know what he's doing with those buttons and those knobs, and he's doing real things the whole time.
Fate has dealt us a slap in the face.
It really has.
We spent 10 minutes, no more than an hour and a half ago, shitting all over Greg.
Cut him down.
And then, sure enough, we couldn't record a goddamn podcast. And he records it day in, day out with little to no complaining. Or a lot of complaining.
A lot of complaining, but fun complaining.
He does the job.
Yeah.
He does the job.
Yeah.
So what I want to do today,
because
I thought this would be useful. I thought, you hear a lot about late night sets in the world of comedy, but what you don't hear a lot about is sort of like the practical experience of doing them. So I don't really care about what was your joke structure? Like, how often did you write? I want to know. I want to know about the ins and outs of that set. I want to know. Okay, so how long was this in the works?
This was in the works for months. I would say 4 or 5 months, because we're in March. Maybe not 4 or 5 months, but a couple months. We're in March. December, I had 2 years ago. This is going back to, so this is in the works 2 years, in a sense.
People don't realize how long this shit takes.
Yeah. 2 years ago, I sent a set to the booker from Conan. I had a couple of people reach out to them on my behalf to say things about me. He should take a look at me.
Yeah.
Sent him a set. He finally gets back to me. Very busy over there.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just kind of the time period sometimes you're looking at. He sends me great, meticulous notes on the set.
Yeah.
And goes,
Likes the set.
Has great, nice things to say.
Now,
really combs through.
And sorry to interrupt. 2 years ago, you sent this set in 2 years ago. How close was that set to the set that actually aired on Colbert?
Not that close.
Yeah, not that close. Most of those jokes you didn't have 2 years ago.
Yeah,
right?
Send him the set, likes it, goes, here's how I see the order of the tape that you sent me.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see a tape of the jokes in this order.
Yeah.
So I go to make that tape for him.
And when would this be?
This would be late November.
So it took forever till you heard back.
Yes, it took a while to hear back from him, but when I did, awesome notes.
Yeah.
Really, really thorough. So I'm taping the set at Stand Up New York. Happenstance, the booker for Colbert is there that night. Sees me do the set, is taken by it.
So you're taping a set for Conan.
I'm taping a set for Conan.
And the booker from
Colbert
happens to be at the club.
Wow. Yeah. So I don't even know she's there. I'm just doing the set. Comes up to me afterwards, pays me a compliment. Don't think a ton of it. Just it's sort of, hey, that's validating that a set I'm taping.
Right.
The booker for another late night show thinks it's a good set.
Yeah.
So I feel good about that. Next day I get an email from my manager saying that she was saying she could get me a date on Colbert right away. So
wow.
It's like for people that don't know about the date process for this, sometimes can
last for a long time.
Can last for a long time. So the idea of getting me on Colbert, like even the next week, she was saying at that point, was something that we had to take into consideration.
Yeah.
Now I didn't want, because the Conan booker was so nice to me, and I didn't want him to feel slighted.
Yeah, of course.
And
you don't want to. You gotta be careful. You don't want to you never want to make enemies in this business, and not really not meaning personal enemies, just business. You don't want to be shitty. You don't want to be shady.
I never want comedy to change me as who I am.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it very easily can. So it's like I really wanted to be conscious of that from starting this.
Right.
So it's like if any way it felt like I was doing anything underhanded or backstab or using leverage, any of that stuff, I never wanted to do that.
Right.
So they remained pretty open with him about that, and he couldn't have been any nicer about the whole thing.
That's the funny thing. When you're on the up and up, it always works out. When you go out to that guy and go, hey, look, man, I don't want to screw you over.
Yeah.
But he knows Colbert's a bigger show.
Totally.
He knows what it means for stand-up to do.
Yeah.
And he's like, if you can get a date, get a date.
Yeah. So it was super... Because I don't know how that world works.
Yeah.
But I want to be as open as possible with the people
it's weird.
That world.
It's weird because sometimes I still feel as if I haven't truly done a late night set. I mean, I've done it. I've been on it.
Yeah.
But my experience was so different from how it goes. I didn't have to deal with any notes.
Yours is totally
It's totally different. I didn't have to deal with a booker. It was like somebody recommended me to Seth.
Right.
They gave me a date. No one ever said shit about my set.
Yeah.
Like to this day.
Yeah.
He said he liked it at the time. He may have hated it. I don't know. Nobody's ever said anything. I don't think anyone knows what I said still.
No, but it was great.
But your experience is more typical, where it's a lot of back and forth.
Yeah.
That's also funny that, if a kid asks you, hey, man, how do you get on Colbert? You got to be like, well, first, you email the booker at Conan.
Yeah, you go through the process with them, and then you start the process with somebody else.
Yeah.
So, they worked everything out, and nobody got hurt, nobody felt slighted, everyone was cool. I sent a private email, just being just thanking him for being so gracious about the whole thing.
That's another thing with the private emails. I don't lose touch with that. I think sometimes, with I don't have an agent. You have an agent. But with managers and agents handle so much for us that people sometimes are like, I don't have to say anything. But it's like, no, say something. You're the person. It's still you. They're representing you.
It's directly affecting me.
Yeah.
And you doing this was a thing you could have been difficult about this.
Yeah.
And you weren't. And that means a lot.
Yeah.
So there should be a personal acknowledgement of that kind of behavior.
Yeah.
So anyway, from there, so then the approval process then begins with CBS.
With CBS. They at that point you're approved. Well, approved to get it, but they have to approve the set.
Exactly.
So do you ever send them a tape?
A series of tapes.
Yeah.
I sent tape after tape after tape because that's the other thing that it's hard to get a good tape.
Very hard. People don't realize that.
Because the set's got to work, the crowd has to be good, and just visually, they have to see you.
Yeah.
So all three of those things, it's not easy to get them all, because if the crowd is packed, then that means there's nowhere to set up the camera directly.
Yeah.
So they can see your face.
That's one thing I think is important for younger comics to know. And we're still this is just what we know up to this point. I see guys making tapes, and I think there's this idea out there that to some degree managers and industry people have put out there, which I disagree with. This idea that don't worry so much about the audience. These people evaluate jokes. They know if it's good or not.
Right.
I couldn't disagree with that more.
Yeah.
They don't. Nobody knows. No one person. They think they know.
Yeah.
And they feel as if they do. But even though they may not think this, a bad audience is going to convince them it's bad.
Exactly.
Like, you need a good... If you're making a tape... Always, like, I see sometimes people making tapes at open mics and shit. And it's like, no, what are you doing? No, you can't do this. You have to kill on a tape. It has to kill.
Yeah.
You know?
Because they can see over the jokes.
Yeah.
But they're only going off this for how the audience reacts to those jokes.
The psychology of it tricks them. Yeah.
Also, because they can go, man, I see how these are great jokes.
Yeah.
But to a crowd of people, they didn't. The show you're going to be taping is for a crowd of people. So that's a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
So
now, there are exceptions to that rule. Like, there's a famous...
And that's not taking away anything from your set or the jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just the psychology of the people watching it.
There are exceptions to that. If you're good enough and have enough of a vision, like Nate Fernald, a friend of ours. Do you know the story about his half-hour submission? Oh, so he booked a half hour for Comedy Central last year. He did a half hour. Yeah. His tape that he submitted was just him doing stand-up for Joe Pera. It was just our friend Nate booked a half hour, and his half hour tape was just him and our other friend Joe Pera watching him do a half hour.
Dude, they should have followed through with that for the actual tape. And that's the funniest thing ever. If you see a guy's half hour taping and it's just Joe, another comic. Because Joe Pera's done stuff on Comedy Central, so you'd be like, this guy did a half hour for his friend. But keep all the other chairs. Just keep that's so funny.
It's so funny. So if you are good enough that you have some grand idea like that, then by all means go for it. But that's pretty rare.
Yeah, that is extremely rare.
Like our friend, a friend of ours, I won't say his name, but he submitted, because I guess Montreal they're not doing auditions for Unwrapped anymore. It's just all taped.
Oh, okay.
He submitted a naked tape. And normally I would say that's a mistake, but who this guy was...
It makes sense for
I was just like, man. Like,
if it works within the realm of what you do.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, dude. I mean, because he was
I already knew.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know, but I totally knew. And it was biting my tongue.
Because he was like, I don't know, and he was like, I
ever.
probably won't get it anyway. I was like, yeah, dude, I think that's the move.
Yeah,
you fuck him. You know,
give him a little candy.
Yeah, give him a little
candy. You know, you don't like the set
candy.
Well, how about my body?
Yeah,
that's not bad.
So was that process frustrating at all as you're getting this set together?
I mean, not really. I mean, the frustrating, but that's all my own doing.
Yeah.
Any frustration was just frustration of the I guess the environment not being ideal for the
Sure.
team. That was really
Sure. That's it's hard. People don't get it. People don't get that most stand-up shows are less than perfect.
Yeah.
Much more than less than perfect.
Yeah.
And I think the reason people other than stand-ups don't get that is because usually it seems fine to the audience.
Right.
You guys always, for the most part, unless it's like a really shitty show,
right,
you're just like, yeah, this is stand-up.
Right.
But we know what killing is. We know how good it can be.
Right.
So it's usually not.
Yeah.
You know?
And there's just so many things that can go wrong. I mean,
yeah.
you're just performing at a club.
Yeah.
There's just people there going to a comedy show.
Yeah.
They're not like, oh, cool, this guy's trying to run a set for 5 minutes.
Right.
I'll behave myself.
Right.
They're not.
Right.
They're, so you're dealing with that. So that was the only frustration, was getting the actual tape and just work, because you know how it is.
Yeah.
You were like, man, hot today, cold tomorrow, kind of thing. Where like, oh, and the booker never gave me this impression at all. She was nothing but great. But just like, oh, if I don't get this to them fast enough, I'll be forgotten about.
Right.
So that was the only thing. But they were very on point about alleviating whatever that worry was. Yeah,
and so you get the set dialed in. Eventually, you get a good tape.
Get a good tape, and then get a good tape, and then like sort of near the final stages of when maybe I would be getting a date soon.
Yeah,
one of the jokes wasn't approved. So I guess like when it went to the higher ups, I don't know like the ins and outs of how it worked, but it was a joke where I could understand why it wouldn't be approved at CBS, and it could go either way. And I think in the end they went the other way with the joke.
Yeah.
So that changed the mechanics of the set.
That was what was weird about Seth Meyers.
Because you never, yeah.
Well, and we talked about it, like
we talked about this an hour ago.
We talked about this an hour ago, but like, and I think the big reason, I got away with some stuff on that set. Like, it's kind of a dirty set.
Yeah,
like,
man. You closed on the baby joke.
Jack off.
Yeah,
And no one ever said anything to me, and I was freaking out because like no one.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, I think when everything goes through, they just don't tell you anything. So I was like waiting for someone to tell me. Like, I was convinced. Like, I was telling my manager, like, no, man, I don't think they get that joke. Like, I don't think they understand what I'm doing. Because I thought there was a disconnect. Like, I never submitted a tape. I don't think. I'm pretty sure.
Right. Yeah.
I just submitted a transcript because they knew. Right. They gave me a date and a transcript, and I was like, no, they don't understand the joke, man. Nobody's told me anything. But part of that, I think the reason it got through.
But that crushed.
It did great.
Yeah.
Well, I knew it would. Like, it's a fun joke because it's somehow it's a filthy joke that's not that
That's not
dirty.
really though.
Yeah. The imagery is filthy.
Yeah.
But the saying of it, you're just like,
is whimsical.
Yeah. But it's a big difference. Seth is later than Colbert, which makes a huge difference. Man, time is huge on TV.
Yeah.
It's later, and then on top of that, NBC versus CBS. CBS is a more conservative network.
Yeah. And at the time, Colbert was number 1.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of eyeballs. And he still is, yeah. So that joke changes. That goes out of the set. And because of that, they give more feedback into what they want in the set and the order that they think would work, which was really helpful.
Now, what do? Do you give them, at that point they take that joke out, do you give them options, or do you...
Yeah, they kind of were like, here's the jokes that we like for the set, and then I kind of looked at it and maybe moved 1 or 2 things around. To be
now,
like,
how did they know about those jokes? Did you give them a longer thing?
I gave them a longer tape initially.
Yeah.
So they looked from those tapes, and they picked from there.
Yeah.
Which I was happy about because I was concerned about doing a joke that was that risque on CBS. Because it's like my grandma is going to watch this. And to close on something which alludes to me sucking my own dick.
Yeah.
It's not what the joke's not about that, but that's in the joke.
This is a question for me because I'm in the process of, I want to get another late night tape together and start pushing out, submitting.
Yeah.
Do you think at the beginning, like, my instinct has always been give him a banging tight 5, ready to go. Do you think it might be wiser to do just a
give him a tight 8? Yeah.
Just give him 8.
Give him a tight 8 because you never know. Because everything gets chopped and screwed so much.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you give them a whole joke. They may take, if it's a minute-long joke, they may take 20 seconds from that joke because they know their show.
Yeah.
And they know their audience's attention span and where things are going to lie when you're in the room.
Real serious kind of use of chopped and screwed. It's a real
That's a real
DJ early
term.
2000s hip hop mixtape.
Paul Wall. Yeah.
Boss Hog Outlaws. So yeah. Oh man.
Give him a tight 8.
Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So at that point, you got the set. You got the set approved.
Mm-hmm.
When do you get a date?
I got a date 2 days before.
Fuck, so you got a date early last week.
Yes, I taped last Thursday. Tuesday morning, she texted me that I was going to be on Thursday. And I hadn't run the set in this order. I only ran it once to get it on tape for them, and that was it.
You just wake up to a text.
I wake up for a text.
Hey, do you want to be on the biggest late-night program on national TV?
Yes, 100%. That was it. I'm on the couch sleeping. We talked about this. I don't even think I need to bring that up again.
Well, you more bugs in your room. You had to sleep out on the couch. I thought this bug issue was dealt with. First of all,
these spiders aren't going anywhere, man.
What do you mean they're not? You had a fucking you had an exterminator come, did you not?
We sprayed. We had someone take a look for something else that found out to be nothing, and we just got bug spray and I sprayed all over this place. But these spiders are tricky sons of bitches.
I don't like this.
Anyway, so I'm sleeping on the couch in my apartment that night.
It's driven you out of your own room.
It's driven me out of my own room. I sleep on the couch, and I get this text that morning. So then that's a whirlwind, because now I have to run this set enough to feel comfortable with the order.
In 2 days.
In 2 days.
How many sets do you line up for yourself to run it?
Twice. 6.
6. Wow.
2 and then 4 the next night.
You did 4
I did 4 the
Wednesday.
night before. Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, and that was good because I'd done the jokes a million times, know them in and out.
Yeah.
But I've never done them in that order.
Yeah.
So God forbid I freak out up there, muscle memory kicks in, and I just kind of go off that.
Right.
So I know it internally.
You know it inside and out.
So that was just the point of that. So I run it 4 times.
At that point, are you Tuesday? You get the text.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you call first? Who do you tell first? Greg? Was it Greg in the building, or do you call your mom?
I call my mom because she told everyone the week before in the nursing home the wrong date. So that's
now
why.
Your mom's not in the nursing home. She's at your grandma's.
My grandma's nursing home.
She tells everyone there.
She tells everyone in my grandma's nursing home for no reason that I was going to be on last Sunday. She just says it.
Sunday, the program does not air.
The program doesn't air. The nurse that we're close with there tells all her friends. Every one of her friends, she calls Phoenix, Dallas, they all just watch the news. Yeah. They all stay up to watch the news.
No,
They're
not a
all
single
mad.
one of them checks the TV guide.
Nobody.
Not one of them
Too
says,
excited.
Hey, I don't think there's late night shows on Sunday.
She just says it. So I call her first to be like, look, this is the actual date. You can tell everybody. Go for it.
Isn't it funny what mom, like, the brain of a mom is a delicate creature.
Delicate.
Because, like, my mom will do this thing where, like, it hasn't happened in a while, but I'll come home from New York, and she'll go, I made your favorite, salmon. It's the only food I hate. I eat anything. But it's, like, in her head that I love it. I love my mom so much that, it's this delicate thing of being like, the fuck are you doing? Like, I've literally, my whole life, I won't eat salmon. I hate salmon. Yeah. And somehow it's in your head that it's my favorite, but also you're doing this really nice thing for me. So it's like, okay, Mom, like...
Every time. My grandma would make homemade applesauce. And she raised me, and knows me. She knew me. She spent more time with me on a day-to-day basis than my mom. Yeah. Just every time. I hate homemade applesauce. Not her homemade. I just hate applesauce. Yeah. But every time she made it, big old bowl of it, right in front of me. Just go, here's your favorite.
Every time was a fight. Like, you can't... Especially, I think our moms are at the age with, particularly for women, men also, but like, it's not like early onset Alzheimer's. It's something to do with like post-menopause. Women just start to be forgetful in a way, like just make decisions to say, like your mom saying, Anthony's on Sunday. You haven't told her Sunday. No one knows. Like, my mom will do that stuff. Like, stuff gets in her head where it's just like, how did this...
It just climbs in her head.
How did this get in there?
Bug that couldn't get out. And it just, if it stays long enough, it becomes a fact.
It becomes a fact.
It starts off as an innocent thought, but if she keeps it in there for 2 or 3 days, it's a fact and it already happened. It's already done.
Anthony will be on Sunday. Mom, I told you I didn't know when I was going to be on. Plus, there's no show Sunday.
Her going, he's going to be on Sunday. He already taped it. It went great. He was terrific on it.
I watched him last Sunday.
My
Fantastic.
God. Unbelievable.
Let me take a quick break and we'll get back into that. This is the Rad Dudecast. Okay, you guys took us onto the charts. We're 79th on the comedy podcast charts this week. Thank you for listening. Keep listening. You can follow me at Airbud, EYREBUD on Twitter. You can follow Anthony at Anthony DeVito, DEVITO _ on Twitter, and follow Greg at Greg Stone _ on Twitter, who is of course dead. Please tweet at him.
God, yes.
Give him your condolences. Tell him you heard he died. If he were to be alive, he might possibly be in Tampa at Side Splitters tonight through Sunday with Joe List. The other thing, we're going to have a Patreon. Next week we're going to have a Patreon, and we'll have the details for you on that next week. Patreon is a listener supporting mechanism where you can pledge to support us every month, just to put a little extra money in our pocket, make this easier for us to do, so I don't have to go down to the uranium mines where I've been working.
God, anything to keep you away from the mines. Conditions there aren't up to code.
Well, here's the thing. I haven't found a lick of uranium, and no one's been paying me.
Yeah, they're just setting you down there for nothing.
In fact,
a real waste of a day.
It might be just a guy's yard.
You know what? I think it is.
But I get dressed up. I get my gear.
Of course.
I'm in there. I'm digging. I'm digging.
Go to a uranium mine, not dressed up.
Yeah.
Full tuxedo.
Full tuxedo.
What are you, crazy?
Lobster thermidor in my lunch pail.
Yeah.
All right. So 2 days before.
2 days before.
You got the set nailed in. You run it 6 times.
Running it.
What do you start thinking? You're inviting your friends. You didn't invite me. That's
that
fine.
process. You were a natural invite.
I'm not a natural invite.
That's a natural invite.
Now, if I had gone, would I have been backstage with Greg or out front with the jabrones?
You'd have been out front. Not with the jabrones. That's a way you put it to...
See, this is... I wouldn't have came. Even if I weren't in Cleveland, I wouldn't have come.
Now,
I'm
here's
backstage.
a guy who did Late Night with Seth Meyers, had Greg and I in the audience, which I'm sure made a world of difference for you.
But let me say, the difference being my brother was backstage with me.
Yeah.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
My brother was backstage. But once you're bringing friends backstage, yeah, I get it.
I don't have a brother.
I get it. Greg is your better friend. I understand it. He's known you longer. Does it hurt? Yeah, it hurts. But
you think I'm going to be mad
at Colin? You throw me a bone. You throw me a bone and you get me back there with him.
You think I was like, look, man, when you had your brother back there, who you've known your entire life.
Yeah, he's my brother.
And I wasn't back there, that really bothered me.
Well, I put you up front with Greg.
Well, that's what I mean. I would have put you up front. It would have done so much for me to have you out there. Because like I said to you, but an hour ago, this makes such a huge difference. It's different from every other comedy set I've ever seen or done.
It's
I've
crazy.
never felt nervous for anyone ever of my friends doing stand-up. But when you did it Late Night with Seth Meyers, that was the first time I was ever nervous.
It's a whole different thing.
It's a whole different thing. It's a version of stand-up, but it's not exactly stand-up.
Well, in my mind, it was like, this could make or break me. And then it's like, it could have broke me. It sure didn't make me.
There's something comforting in that.
Yeah.
The worst it can do is nothing. And the best it can do is, some stuff down the road.
Okay, so 2 days before, you start... When did you start planning what you were going to wear?
Well, I didn't really know, because so I thought just because it follows in the tradition of Letterman, it's at the Ed Sullivan, it's the same show, and the procedure with Letterman, you wear a suit.
You wear a suit.
That was it. So I was all set to wear my friend's suit that I had to get for his wedding over the summer. So I was like, I have this navy blue suit. Yes, no,
because you got it for his wedding, you refer to it as his suit.
It's suit.
It's Mike's suit. Really? It seems like you have it. Well, it's mine, but I got it for Mike's wedding.
So it's Mike's.
Yeah.
In my head, he goes, yeah. So I was set to wear that, and then I got notes from the network saying because of the way that I look, and I was going to open with jokes about the way I look, scruffy, disheveled, that I absolutely wasn't to wear a suit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because they thought it would have taken away from what I do.
That's interesting.
Yeah, which was also, too, I think, because I had never done a late night set, that they wanted me to be as comfortable as possible.
Again, Seth Meyers, literally no guidance on anything.
It's so
Come
funny.
on in, do whatever you want.
This conversation, it couldn't be any more different. The experiences that we had.
Different. Nobody even asked what I was going to wear. Nobody asked what I was going to wear. Nobody knew what I looked like.
Do you think, that's what I was going to say, do you think some people were like, oh, he's a guy?
Here's the thing.
I thought it was a woman the whole time.
Here's the thing. If you're a stand-up comic and you want to be on television, just show up around the time they tape Seth Meyers. You'll probably get on.
Yeah, man. You show up in a suit, they'll go, I guess he's doing it. And you'll get right on there. So that was, that made things easier because we did a day, I went to my stylist, I went to Greg and Shaggy.
Greg and Shaggy, sure. Two style icons.
Two icons, a couple of fashion plates.
Yeah.
So we go, get a shirt that I didn't end up wearing. Yeah. Because I thought I just needed something.
Is that in here?
Yeah, I think it's the other side of the door. It's just that plaid shirt.
Oh, sure. This one?
Yeah.
That's a nice shirt.
That's a nice shirt.
Problem. These plaid, I don't know if it plays on TV.
Yeah, you said that.
Patterns get wavy.
Yeah.
You got to be careful, so throw it out.
Yeah.
What is this, Kenneth Cole reaction? I got a reaction.
Is that a good company?
Kenneth Cole?
Yeah.
Listen, he's a top designer.
Okay.
I think he's sold himself out a little bit in the last 5-7 years.
Because it's not that comfortable.
Here's what I go by when people I think are losing steam.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big Marshalls guy.
Yeah.
I love Marshalls.
Yeah.
But as soon as I see someone that's in Marshalls a little too much,
Yeah.
I say, something's,
I don't like this.
Something's gone wrong for you, Kenneth. Because they're moving your shit in Marshalls like it's nothing.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Okay.
But this is a nice shirt, I will say.
Yeah, the pattern's nice. So I had that and the suit, but then the night before while I was running around doing the sets, the booker was with me, and she said, just get a pair of dark jeans. That's all you need. And then whatever you want to wear on top, just wear the nicest thing that you would normally wear on top at a comedy club.
Yeah, and she clearly doesn't know you. I've never seen you in anything but a t-shirt.
Yeah, I really took yeah. So I kind of walked out of the house with what I would normally wear with a nicer pair of jeans, and because it was TV and it wasn't just a spot, I wore shoes.
Your shoes
as
look
like
great.
The differentiating thing.
Now, when you say that, clarify for the audience, he's not normally not wearing shoes. He means he wore nice shoes.
Yeah, I wear dress-up shoes.
Yeah, he's not Jack Johnson.
Oh no, I'm not Gulliver. Yeah, so that was, and then the jacket, I just needed a jacket because it was cold out, and that was the jacket I grabbed, and then they ended up liking the jacket.
Just wear that on
so they
stage.
get out. You know, it's funny too. The warm-up comic came in the green room while I was just sitting there in my outfit, and he goes, "Ha, you should wear that on stage." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I am, kind of." And it was like a real, it was a weird moment.
Who does warm up for them now, Paul?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it was kind of a funny moment.
That's great. So what time they tape? What time do they tape?
They tape. They start taping at 6.
So when do you
car
leave
came
here? Car comes
at
here,
4.
and it's who's in the car? You and Greg.
Me and Greg, and the driver. Was a lot of fun.
All right.
Very comfortable. Once again, you were in Cleveland. Talked about action movies, plot points about the Fast and the Furious, John Wick. It was a great time.
All your
favorites.
favorites.
It was a great car ride.
So you get there. Like
So
I
I get
said
there.
on the previous episode, they tried to send me a car.
Yeah.
They tried to send me a car for Seth Meyers.
Yeah.
I said, no way.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not
this
putting
is
my life
crazy,
in a car
man.
driver. Okay, what if I get late? I'll take care of it. Tell me what time to be there. I'll fucking be there.
I can't.
Don't try and.
I can't, man.
Don't try and. You're gonna try and fuck me. You're driving to the river.
Yeah, so you really.
No, you
think-
You can't trust these people.
So then, what did you and Colin end up doing?
I think we took an Uber.
Yeah.
But made sure we took above ground ways so that if we had to get out of the car and run, we'd be
You were.
fine.
That's what I was saying on the last thing. I couldn't believe you didn't just do this all yourself.
What?
You didn't walk there. I can't believe you even took the chance of taking an Uber with
No, we
somebody
made
else.
sure it was. We left about 8 hours early.
Oh, this was the thing. Greg was pissed because before that, because I had gotten the jeans that morning. I got a massage down the street just to relax. Greg was ready at noon for this 4 p.m.
of course he
pickup,
was.
waiting on the couch, freaking out about me. I stumble in, and then I come out. He didn't know what I was going to wear. I come out in just any outfit, and he was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And then we just took off. It was great. And then we get there 5 o'clock. They shuffle me right into the back door. Feel very cool. There's people snapping pictures outside for the celebrities that are going to be on the
Sure.
show. I'm waving at them, acting like I'm a big deal, having fun for me.
It's so fun because like you're not a celebrity, but you wanna. Like I remember that feeling, wanting to tell people like, "No, I'm on the show."
Yeah.
No, I'm not you. I'm not you. I'm not here in any kind of fucking line. Don't think I'm you fuck from Tulsa.
Yeah. So we go to the green room. It's stacked with great stuff in that green room.
They give you your own green room, right?
Own green room. I got water bottles, ice bucket full of beer, espresso machine, loaf of bread, nice cheese, cookies,
That's a funny
chips.
move. Just a loaf of bread.
loaf of bread. Real classy.
Did
move.
they have lunch meat?
No.
So what are you supposed to
It
do with
wasn't
the
like
bread?
a make your own sandwich bar.
So what do you do with the bread?
They had bread and cheese, like a real French evening.
I see.
Yeah.
A good French evening. Now, who else was on the show?
Felicity Huffman,
Did you see her?
my nemesis. No, I didn't see her. They had separate green rooms. And then, I forget her name, Jeanette something. She's got 3 names. But she was Vince's sister in Friday Night Lights. And she was in Full House. She was Michelle's friend.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool,
Yeah.
I remember her.
Yes, which was very cool.
Did you talk to her at all?
No, I didn't get to
Okay.
talk to anybody.
Okay.
But
So it's just you and Greg back there. Now, does
me and
Becky
Greg,
come into the back?
Becky's back there.
Okay.
And then the booker and the booker's boss.
Okay.
And they made everything very comfortable.
Yeah.
So we're having fun, we're joking around. 5 o'clock, she takes me to the stage just to walk the stage, do a sound check,
Yeah.
get to know the room, which was huge. We were talking about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
They did that for you with Seth, right?
I love how they're like, this version 2 of the
Yeah.
podcast, is just like the overview, and then we talked about that earlier.
yeah, but
on
no
the
one
one
has
that
any
got
idea.
thrown in the garbage.
I know.
You know, here, I think this one's fine. But
Yeah.
doesn't it seem like the one before was better?
Of course it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, because
yeah.
it was all fresh.
It was all fresh.
Because in our heads we're trying to hit points and
yeah.
not over. Yeah,
we fucked ourselves.
but it's okay. I mean, this is still interesting.
Yeah, well, the first one didn't have Dick Pat Scrummage.
That's true. Old Scrummage did make the cut. They
Yeah.
knew with their uranium mines.
Yeah,
It wasn't in there.
cool. So you do the walkthrough, which is a nice feeling, because then
Great
all of a sudden
feeling.
you're like, this is a show.
Yes, this is a show. I can, I'm doing a show in a room. That's all it is.
Have you seen Colbert yet?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
Okay.
So then the taping starts.
Oh, now correct me if I'm wrong. Colbert tapes 2 shows on Friday,
two
correct?
on Thursday.
On Thursday,
so mine
right.
airs Friday, but it taped Thursday.
And was yours the first show
Second.
tape? Second. So he'd already
So
taped.
he'd already taped.
And there's a break.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, I mean, that's a busy week on the guy.
Sure.
You know? So,
Yeah.
So the taping starts. We're good. We're in the room. We're hanging out. Greg's making me laugh. It's comfortable. It's a fun atmosphere. And then 20 minutes before I'm about to go up is when physically I can feel nerves happening.
Yeah. Now, do they... it's a long wait, if I recall, because they tape the whole show.
They tape the whole show and you go at the end.
You're back there for a long time.
Yeah.
Because
How
you're
was
there
your
before the
experience
show...
with that?
Well, you're there before the show starts.
Yes.
And then it's just a long show.
And then, because then what people don't know too is like for the taping they come out.
Yeah.
Seth will come out, or he'll come out, and he'll do some Q&A. There's a warm up comic.
Yeah.
So there's a lot, and then there's just people getting seated.
Yeah.
So you're there the whole time before.
Yeah.
That, and then you're there for the whole show.
Did you?
So that's hours.
So we had a monitor in the green room.
Yeah.
And you could watch the show. I basically had it on but turned down.
Yeah.
Like I watched it a little, but I was more like just talking.
Yes.
Yeah.
The same thing. I think I watched one sketch, but otherwise it was just talking.
Yeah.
You just want noise.
Yeah.
To take you out of being in your own head.
Yeah.
So within 20 minutes before, the noise sort of dissipates because you've been in there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
There's not much more to talk about.
No.
And then also, it's near the hour and everyone's aware of it.
Yeah.
So now it's like, I was in my own head. I, heeded your advice where I just was pounding water so my mouth didn't get dry. Because for me, that's the first step in my nerves is mouth dryness.
Well, yeah, a lot of people, I told Anthony beforehand, I said the one thing I wish someone had told me before Seth Meyers was there's a time your mouth gets dry.
Yeah.
And there's a time where they take you out of your green room, but you don't go on yet. And that time, I just assumed they're taking me out of the green room. I can't take my water.
Right.
So, but I ended up standing behind a curtain for 5 minutes waiting to go.
Right.
And my mouth got so fucking dry. So I told Anthony, take the bottle with you. Don't put it down until right when you go out, and it makes a difference.
That made a world of difference.
Yeah.
That was huge. So then, they bring me out. I'm in that staging area, and then I'm nervous. I don't know what way I'm going to be nervous when I go out there, but I know that I have nerves. I have the water, which was a big help. And then right before I'm about to go on, he comes backstage.
Colbert does.
Colbert comes backstage
what a class act.
and just goes, "Hey man, so happy you're doing the show." And that's when my whole energy changed. From nerves to I'm going to go out and I'm having a great time. I'm doing Colbert. And I don't know if you had this feeling, but I had this feeling of like, well, now I'm joining the ranks of comedians who have done a late night.
Yeah.
And in my head, I went, "This is what we do."
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's what we're doing it for. This is our job.
This is our exactly. It was less about me and more about the comedy collective of this is what comedians do.
Yeah.
We perform on late night television, and so that was going through my head when I walked.
And to me, that's so touching that he comes back there and he just gives you those words you need. And Seth did a similar thing you were saying because you were in the audience. I didn't hear about this till later.
Yeah, you couldn't see this.
Seth came out and did a whole Q&A with the audience right before I went up, and then said that energy you just gave me, this guy's making his television debut, give him that energy.
Dude, it was crazy.
And it's so great, because here's guys, Seth Meyers, Stephen Colbert, they're not necessarily stand-ups, but they're performers who have been where we've been.
Yeah.
They have been at the bottom, and they know what to say, they know what to do, they care.
Yeah.
And it's a big deal.
Yeah, they're not just professionals in the sense of that they are able to do the job in terms of telling jokes and being funny, they're professionals in the sense that they know how to manage emotions within people.
Yeah.
So they know, and like Colbert knew enough to be like, I've gotta meet this guy before so that he's excited.
Right.
Seth Meyers knew enough to be like, let me do Q&A and get this crowd hot for this guy. Like that's professionalism on another level.
So you go out there, you kill. It's great.
Go.
What's that set like? What's that feeling like?
It's interesting because it's not the rhythm. It's a different form of stand-up because it's not. Our jokes are built for comedy clubs.
Yeah.
So they build, and then a big punch at the end.
Yeah.
But along the way, there are smaller punches to keep the audience rolling to gain that momentum for the bigger one. But with the studio audience, the TV crowds aren't set up like that. They listen to the whole thing, and then at the end, they clap.
Right.
So it's an adjustment.
It's a huge adjustment because it's a different... Like, your jokes are basically structured, I would say, like, if we were just... to put them into noises, you know?
Yeah.
Your jokes are structured like doodle 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 bang.
Right.
And then so doodle 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 bang and
totally.
Then bop 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 bang.
Yeah.
And so what happens is on that first bang, they fucking clap.
Yeah.
And they clap for so long that the momentum's lost.
Yeah.
So then the bop 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 that in a club
that's the rhythm I'm working with.
You're frothing them up. You take that bang, then you pop, 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 build, and then bang, kill them at the end. And it's hard to explain to a non-comic, but so you lose that on a late night set because they clap for the first bang. Too long.
Yeah.
And then they just listen politely to the bop, 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 and then you bang them, and then they clap again.
Yeah,
which is great, but it's like a... And we talked about this on the last episode. The cool thing is, I think... now we're getting to the experience level where we can play with audience reactions in clubs. Because we know where it's coming. We know how to build them up properly. We know how to work them, work the audience. And so we talked about this on the previously discarded. It is fun to look forward to being a late night veteran, like a Gary Goldman,
we're saying,
like a guy who does enough late night sets, where you can play with that reaction, because that's a more fun reaction to play with. I think where you can cut off their clapping and keep talking because you know that's going to pay off bigger. You know, but like in your first one, you have no fucking idea.
You're just so happy. You're like, you're clapping. Thank God, this is going okay. Okay, good. I just got 4 more minutes. I got to get through this thing. Yeah, totally. So that was, and that's why, like, going back where you were like, how did you feel about it? It's like, well, it was a foreign reaction to me. So it's like, I think I feel good. I don't really know. Because if that was a set in a club, I would be like, I feel weird. Because that was just strange.
Why did you guys do that? Why were you clapping so often?
Right.
Because they're not... The other thing is, like when you get an applause break in a club, they've been built up to this frenzy level that this hard laughter turns immediately into clapping. It's very organic. Whereas late night, it's weird. This is what it is. It's like laughing, pause, clapping. You know, and it's not frenzied clapping. No. It's like it's very pleased with you. They love it, but also they are in an unnatural environment. They're at a TV taping.
The whole thing is unnatural.
Yeah, so it's like it's a very weird thing.
No, that's what we're saying. Like the whole you being up there performing stand-up comedy, it doesn't make any sense in the scheme of the show. Like, it's a late night talk show. There's celebrity guests. There's a monologue, and then you come on with a microphone to do stand-up. None of it really makes sense.
Like I don't know that I've ever seen a late night set. Really, and part of this is because the laughter doesn't pick up as loudly as your microphone, obviously. But I don't know that I've ever seen a late night set where I would really compare it to killing in a club.
Totally.
You know, because when you kill a late night set, it's different. It's not that same... That same sense of, like, when you see a guy, like, truly, like a fucking murderer in a club, the audience seems like they've tipped over an edge of control. They've lost control. There's people's stomachs hurting. Like, it's the best feeling. It's the best feeling when that happens. Wiping their eyes. They can't stop laughing when you get into the setup of the next joke.
Energy.
And I don't know that that's really possible in that scenario.
No, because also for these people, the people in the audience are also like, I'm on TV.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
so
yeah.
like there's some amount of decorum that they're working with on their behalf.
Yeah, they're also like, here's celebrities in front of them,
Yes.
a bunch of celebrities. They're away from home.
Yeah.
They're not, you know, it's
Yeah.
like a whole thing.
The whole environment's it's foreign for everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Every single person.
Yeah,
there.
nobody, like the only people, like Steve and the fucking band leader are the only guys that have ever done it before.
Yeah.
And Felicity Huffman.
Yeah. She's doing fine.
Yeah.
Oh, and that was the other thing, because we had to go back to the microphone thing.
Yeah.
The
the
decision.
Yeah, so you get a decision, and on Seth they gave me a full lineup.
That's insane. I
They
can't
told
believe
me
how
I
many
could do.
things.
They said so I could have a lapel mic, which you have a lapel mic anyway, which is just the one that's attached to your clothing. You have that for pickups, and I think that's the primary TV mic anyway.
Yeah.
But you have that no matter what. But so then the decisions I was given, or the choices I were given, was I could use that alone.
Right.
I could have that plus a wireless mic that I just carried out,
Right.
which is what I ended up going with.
Right.
Or I could have a wireless mic in a stand.
Right.
Or I could have a wired mic in a stand.
Yeah.
Then I went with just carry one out because I was like, well, I don't want to go no mic because I've never done that.
Right.
But I also don't want to have to deal with taking a thing out of a mic stand.
Totally.
Because even in a normal show, that goes wrong sometimes. You fucking turn it
Yeah.
off or you drop it.
Yes.
And so you went. What did they tell you? They gave you.
said the options they gave me were wireless mic or no mic.
And you go no mic like
I
a
went no
fucking
mic.
TED Talk.
Yeah, I went no mic like a TED Talk because I had gotten it in my head, and I think I just made this up that there would be no noise that came out of the mic. The mic would just be a prop, and they have that for stand-ups just for them to feel comfortable. So I just felt, and also I thought I was going to be, my number one concern was nerves.
Yeah, of
so
course.
I thought if I held the microphone and it started shaking, it'd be a dead giveaway of my nerves.
Yeah.
So I immediately just said no mic. And it was also a thing, too, where I had to make decisions about outfit, people in the green room, people in the audience.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be done with decisions so I could focus on the set. So I just immediately said no mic.
Right.
But as I was doing it, it made sense because it doesn't 100% feel like stand-up.
Yeah.
So it felt okay for that part not to feel like stand-up, too.
Yeah, if I'm lucky enough to do another one, I'm going to try no mic.
You do no mic, yeah.
I think so. Why not, right?
Yeah. No, I would, from here on out, I would do the same thing. Because it's not, you're not in a club. You're not on top of the audience. You're not moving around. It is you stand in one spot and you tell 5 minutes of jokes.
Yeah.
And you don't move. So it is a different feeling, so why not continue the different feeling?
Well, you were fantastic, man. At what point did you start feeling comfortable? Was it the first laugh? How was it?
I mean, the first laugh, but I think even going out, I felt comfortable, and this would have been you if you were in town. I felt comfortable the minute I came on stage and I saw James, Scott, Ryan.
Well, I wouldn't
Andrew.
have been. I would have been in the back. So I wouldn't.
No, but that's what really did it for me.
Yeah.
Because I saw my friends and I went, "This is going to be okay.
Yeah.
If anything happens, they have this.
Right.
So it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
They're not going to let me fail."
So
I was from there. I was good. And then, the other thing to mention is you don't know what your body's going to do in that situation because you just you never know how your body's going to react. You're going to be nervous. You just don't know what form that's going to take.
Yeah.
So for me, what happened is that I because people have been like, "Oh, you look so comfortable up there."
Yeah.
It's because my legs stopped working.
Yeah.
I was totally paralyzed.
That's the thing, man. And I think sometimes people think, I wish I could do what those stand-up comics do. They're immune to stage fright.
Yeah.
That's like, no, man. Like, we're just idiots. We don't care. I had growing up, I had worse stage fright than anyone.
Yeah.
Horrible stage fright. I was afraid to talk in class. You just make a decision to be like, okay, what's the worst that could happen? I could faint. That's probably it.
Yeah.
That's probably the worst reaction to nerves you have. You could faint. And it's like, I've made the decision that, like, all right, well, if I faint on national TV someday, I do.
Yeah.
And I'll get up and I'll finish the goddamn set. Like that the Indian kid with the spelling bee. It'll be famous. Best possible scenario. I hope I faint.
Best possible scenario is you faint.
Yeah.
And it becomes this memorable thing. You're a hero story.
Yeah, maybe I can get a fucking agent if I fainted. But yeah, we don't have any weird immunity to stage fright. It's just a matter. Now, it goes away like anything else. Like, I'm not I no longer am nervous to do. It goes in stages. As you conquer things, you stop being like, when I first moved to New York, I had horrible stage fright at open mics.
Me too.
And then that goes away.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, a show stage fright goes away. And then all of a sudden, it's like, well, now I'm nervous to do a feature set because I don't know if I have the time. Yeah. Then that goes away. It's just you level up.
Yeah.
You level up.
This whole career is just different stages of being nervous.
Yeah. But we'll come back to finish out. I want to hear about what happened after the set. But you are listening to the Rad Dudecast. This is 131B. We recorded a whole fucking episode before this that I think was better, but you'll never hear it. This is good too,
But this is good too. I think we've stuck to the basics of it pretty well.
I'm here with the scourge of spiders everywhere, Captain Anthony Blackbeard DeVito. My name is Brendan Air. Greg is dead or at Side Splitters in Tampa tonight through Sunday. Probably dead. Tweet him at Greg Stone _. Tell him you're sorry to hear he died. Follow us at the Rad Dudecast on Twitter. Share the podcast. Subscribe, rate, review on iTunes. By the way, go into our iTunes page. Read some of the more recent reviews. We've got great reviews. I haven't been following up. Thank you guys for reviewing. Thank you for making us top on the charts. Not top, 79th, but on the charts.
Top to me.
I will be setting up a Patreon, and we'll have more details coming that next week. So if you have $5, $10, $100,000 to donate to us a month, that would be great. Get that. Start saving up. Start saving up. So you do the set. First of all, I gotta say. And for those of you outside of the comedy community, you probably didn't see this. The outpouring of support on Facebook, God, that must have felt great. Every comic posted how proud they were of you.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Because, I think you're just a guy who's been working at it. Right. You never complain.
Right.
You just put the work in. You write the jokes. Right. And everyone thinks you're a great comic. How did that feel to just see? All of Facebook was covered.
It was overwhelming. I mean, it was incredibly touching.
Not a single person said anything to me when I did Seth Meyers.
I don't know.
Not a one.
No, people said stuff to you.
Maybe my mother.
No way.
No, people said
stuff to you, man. People
you like that?
Just as
you like that?
Just
any compliment is immediately. Well, but let me tell you. Let me tell you how it was bad for me.
There was an outpouring of support for you.
There was, but there was an outpouring to you, the likes of which I've never seen, and it was touching. It really was exciting.
It was. Like I said, I was on the road.
Yeah.
So when all these things, all the Facebook comments, all the tweets, all these things were coming through, the texts and stuff like that. So the minute I got to my hotel in Saratoga Springs, I looked at my phone, and I just almost started crying. It was amazing. It was so much,
and you deserve it. And I took a personal lesson. I really had a breakthrough last week.
This is good to share.
I had a breakthrough last week because I didn't get something comedically that I thought I was going to get and that I wanted. There was a big career thing that I wanted, and I didn't get it. And you doing that, I had this breakthrough that, like, not only was I happy for you, but I realized, like, if I'm going to sustain in this industry, it's show business, man. It's constant the most successful people in our business are rejected more often than they are not.
Yeah.
Over their whole course of their career. Like, now they're mostly told yes. But
still.
But over the course of their career, you're going to have way more rejection.
No's. Yeah.
And so if I'm going to be sustained in this, it's important for me that I can't just be happy for you.
Right.
I realized last week, like, no, your success is my success.
Yeah.
Like, it's as if, like, this is a solitary thing we do, right? But I am now choosing to think of it as if I'm a member of a team.
Right.
Because that's what it is. We went to mics together.
Yeah.
We do this every week together. We've talked about jokes together. We've supported each other through times when things didn't go that well. And it's like, you're doing that. That is my success.
That's you up there.
It's your, and I don't mean to take anything away from you. That's not how I mean it. It's your jokes, it's your work, but it's like, that's my community.
But do we all contribute
to
this?
Yeah.
You're in the crowd at an open mic.
I wasn't in the crowd at
No, but it's like everybody's in the crowd at an open mic that's either laughing or not laughing at the joke. You're giving people tags. You're going, that's funny. that's not funny. So when somebody gets something, everybody has contributed to that in their own way.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is a big deal when that happens, and it's because what we do it's a very unique thing.
Yeah.
So the community is smaller. So
Yeah.
it's more tight knit because of that.
Yeah. Well, sometimes that's the other thing. If you're in this, if you're listening as a comedian or even in life, like in any thing where there's a lot of rejection, like you do have to remind yourself, like, this is normal.
Yeah.
Like when you're rejected, that's normal.
Right.
Keep at it. Like there's no. It's not anybody. It's not anything thousands of people haven't dealt with before.
Right.
Just walk through it.
Yeah.
You keep doing it, and it's fine.
Because then it happens and you forget about all the rejection.
Yeah, you forget about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't. So let's hope this recorded.
Yeah.
Do you think it did?
I think we have the phone.
Yeah,
How long
but
has it been,
that
an
probably
hour?
sounded like shit. Yeah, that's been an hour.
No,
I think the last one was better. What do you think?
Yeah, the last one was better because it was new for us.
Yeah.
But this one, I think, for the fact that we recorded a full hour of basically the same conversation, to duplicate it, I think we did pretty well.
It was very boring for me because I knew all your answers.
No, I know, and I knew yours. But I think we did a pretty decent job.
We gave the people what they needed.
Oh, we're gonna talk about the after thing.
Nah, there's no time.
That's cool.
Okay, so after. So you're done with the set.
So
what do? You walk out of there, Greg's crying.
Walk out of there. The minute I come off, everyone's backstage. They greet me, they hug me. Greg is crying his eyes out.
Yeah.
He, he's pulling himself together.
Yeah,
It's very sweet. So then afterwards, we go to a bar for like an hour, and then I do another spot at Caroline's down the road. An hour after that. Strictly because I thought if I did so bad on Colbert that I was just trying to treat it like it's another spot.
You're a lunatic. The one night you could have took off, you say, I got to go do it.
No, but I had to for my own psychosis, because like if I had treated it special, then it would have meant so much more.
Yeah, right.
And if I failed, or it didn't go well, the gravity would have became so much greater.
So much greater.
So if I
for me,
if I got another show after that, it's like, well, my first show didn't go great. It just happened to be on national television. And my second, but thank God I have 2 shows today.
For me, I couldn't have done that. Like if it had gone bad, I would have canceled my Caroline spot. I think our psyches are so different. Like you go for the immediate recovery.
Yeah.
I go for the only recovery. I gotta hide for a while. I gotta go be in my room and
well, I do that too. If the immediate recovery isn't available, then I would choose that option.
Yeah.
But it was, so I did that, and then so I go down the street. People on the show, Jono, Mama Walla.
So you're down the street
it's a
at
showcase
Caroline's, and what do those guys say? Are those guys like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah, they're like, we thought there was a mistake on the lineup.
Is it a good show?
No, it's 10 people. Series of different hecklers. Everybody's heckling in their own way. I go.
You go from literally the top of the world, millions of people watch Colbert, to 10 people, 30% of which are hecklers.
Already against me before I even hit the mat. So then they bring me, Mama brings me up, he goes, you're not going to believe this. This guy literally an hour ago taped Colbert. 2 people in the audience go, we were at the taping. So now they see me in this capacity immediately. Not even like, maybe a month later. No, within the hour.
So they're leaving Colbert like, this guy's a celebrity. He probably only does arenas.
Yep.
And they just see you at the shittiest show. That's like, I was in Syracuse one time and just murdered the show. Headlining. And the people, they're like asking for autographs on the way out. And then my car breaks down. I call a tow truck. The tow truck driver was at the show. And just sees this guy who he thought was like something special. I got my shitty Jetta. I got no money. I'm calling my mom. I'm fucked. And garbage in the back of my car, and he's just like, what the fuck is this? This isn't a good job these people have.
Yeah. Oh, it's unbelievable. So that was it. And then once again, just want to thank everyone for the outpouring of support about the set and stuff. It's been so nice.
And if you're in Tampa,
Yep.
Tonight through Sunday, Greg may be at Side Splitters with Joe List, or he might be dead.
He might be dead in the ground. I assume that he's dead, so please send messages to Greg's Twitter just telling him how much you love him, you miss him,
and
you appreciate him.
You're sorry to hear he's dead.
Sorry to hear he's dead.
Yeah.
Also, if you are new to the Rad Dudecast, we don't ever do this.
No, a straight talk episode is very unusual.
It's very unusual, but Greg's not here, so we figure we take the opportunity to talk about what it's like to do a late night stand-up set, and
save that Patreon money up.
Oh yeah, and if you have been listening to the podcast, thank you, obviously.
Wow, you've never had any kind of earnest input to our listeners, and now you've got 4 fucking things to tell them. What's this about? Thank you. Okay, great. Thank you.
I want to thank them, but then I also we'll be back to business next week.
Oh, back to business as usual.
This is just a one-off. We're not going to become WTF. This is just we're doing this for this week.
What the fuck ets? What did they say? Like
I don't know. I haven't listened in a while.
Yeah. Anyway, what?
Good night, fuckers.